Hey everyone, it's VJose32. It's time for a deck review. One sec. Alright, this is one of my newest decks. Turn it on. It's from Kickstarter. And it's basically a miscellaneous goods company deck. It really doesn't have any other name. You can see at the front of the box looks like. This is more or less what the back of the cards looks like. It says miscellaneous goods company here on top, and it says an abbreviated form of trademark and XX11 in Roman numerals, which I'm guessing is 2012, although that's not how you would actually do it in Roman numerals, but that's how they did it. And then it says Pedali on this side and Design on this side. That's who made it. It's their first deck of cards, and they did a pretty good job. I apologize if you can't read it. And at the very bottom it says quality playing cards on the side of the ribbon. And then you see a lot of nice details in here. You got a spade, diamond, heart, and club pip in there. Yeah, that's better. Get closer up and you can see it much better. And all the details and all the writing. On the one side it says miscellaneous goods company, and it says here deck of cards, and then made in USA with an American flag. And then the other side, same thing. I mean, it says here at the very top, this is deck 2112 out of 10,000. Kind of interesting. Although I don't think they actually put it 10,000. I'm not sure. On the very top it says, "You're ever seen, cheaters beware." And there's this sun type symbol with an eye in it looking at you. And then the bottom is just trademark stuff. And in the back it looks like this. And I can't really read what it says here in these corners, but it says, "Keep your nose clean." Is what it actually says, but it's hard for you to read it. And then it says, first edition. You got your spade, diamond, club, and heart on there. It says quality playing cards. Brought to you by Miscellaneous Goods Company. Artwork by Pedali Design. And then there's like a little rope or something here. As I mentioned, that there is embossing on this, on the front, on the sides a little bit, the back, and even on top. The flap, you got this design here, kind of reminds me of the Skullcore deck, or I mean the Ogma deck from Skullcore. Inside you do get an ad card, which basically looks like the back of the box. And here's your back design. Like I said, it's just like the front of the box. A one-way design, black and gold. It's pretty nice. Lots of details, lots of lines and stuff like that. Scroll work, if you will. But also a very one-way back design. Then you get this card, which says, "So you've lost a card. You either have kids or are absent-minded. Either way, fill in the blanks." And what you do is you fill in the blanks, put in your indices. It has 4 indices on the cards, most of them. And then whatever it is for the numbers. Like if it was a 3, you'd put 1, 2, 3. If it was a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, etc., etc. So it's basically a replacement card, which is kind of interesting. I did see something similar in the Hornet deck from Circle City cards earlier this year, but this one's a little bit different. So again, the cards, pretty nice looking on the back. Apologize for the angle. Alright, court cards. Whoa. Just trying to fix the zoom. Ta-da. So, this one's kind of interesting because it's the King of Diamonds, but it's also the Suicide King, which is usually the King of Hearts. I do recall somebody pointing that out on one of the forums, but they ignored it, and I guess that's fine, it's different. But the King of Hearts is traditionally the Suicide King, and you can see it has a custom pip with a small letter K. It's kind of an indice and the pip all in one. Here's a look at the number cards. I like the pips. They are European style, I guess, if you will. And they got 4 indices, as you can see, but they're really small. And the free is going like this, horizontal instead of vertically. Here's a 2 and a spade pip. 4. But you notice that the kings do not have 4 indices, and actually they reversed these. They used to have these in the other corner, but they changed it so it's better for poker and stuff like that, because, and for fanning and whatnot, because they had him in this corner and it wasn't very good. But there's the king of hearts, not the suicide king. But what you will notice is he has some kind of animal foot hanging over his arm, like it's grabbing him from behind. Here's your 8, quite different than what we used to. Jack of spades. One thing you will notice, the court cards all have custom pips, while the number cards have kind of standard pips. And the court cards are pretty much devoid of color. The Jack of spades, you'll notice he's got a tear in his eye, and he's been shot with an arrow. It's kind of interesting. 2, 3. Here's one of the jokers. I think they're both identical. It says Joker on it, and you got these star symbols in each corner. And then you get this. I really have no idea what it is, but that's what you get. Here's a good look at the heart. Again, they're kind of a vintage pip or a European style pip, which I like. Jack of diamonds has a axe. And again, like I said, the court cards, they pretty much have no color, but they have lots and lots of nice details and are completely custom. The only color is in the red ones, the pip and the indice. Here's a 10. Again, quite different. 9. And now you see where this card comes in. You fill in all the blanks, and there's your card. 5. A 7. Here's the ace of hearts. Pretty interesting pip. It's got an arrow going through it, and it says, I'll try to zoom in, love is watching someone, and watching someone die is hard. Kind of interesting. I like the ace pips. They're really nice. There's your king of spades. You can see his eye. Looks like it's been sewed shut. It's kind of interesting. Queen of diamonds. She's got a flower. Here's the other joker. It's identical to the other one. Here's your ace of spades. It's a little bit hard to make out, but it does have that eye here in the center, like we saw in the box. And it says face. Sorry. It says, it's hard to make out, but it says 3, 4, and now, where I'm pointing, you can see it. And then it says quality playing cards. This one is good company, established 2012 on the bottom. There you go, free for now, you can see it. Queen of diamonds. She's got what looks like a thing with poison in it, is what I'm going to say. He even has an X on the top, but you can't really make out. There you go. It looks like it's a vial of some kind of poison, is what I'm going to say. King of clubs. He's got bow and arrows, and he's got this old-fashioned eyeglass in his eye. Here's a 6, kind of bizarre. Jack of clubs looks like he's holding a cup of something. Not really sure. Here's your ace of clubs. It's a nice pip and everything. And it says, you are going to die. Everything you own. I can't make it out. And if I can't make it out, then you can't make it out. You're going to die. Everything you own will one day vanish. And it says, on the very bottom here, it says hard facts, deal with it. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then Queen of Spades, Queen of Cups, kind of interesting. She's got a pipe, like she's been smoking it. Ace of Diamonds has got a sword going through it. It also has a serpent kind of wrapped around it and going through it. And let me apologize for the zooming in and out and stuff like that, but it says here today, gone today. Usually people would say here today, gone tomorrow. Actually, it says here today, gone today. And you can see it's a snake wrapped around it and everything. It's kind of cool. And then Queen of Hearts. It looks like she's got some kind of a voodoo doll, the kind where you stab it with a needle and it makes somebody scream in pain somewhere else. And then the Jack of Hearts, he's just got some kind of a weapon and whatnot. And that's basically the cards right there. We can see they're pretty interesting. They handle nice. I don't quite recall what the finish of the stock is. I'm willing to bet though it's magic finish. Along with the good bicycle stock. But I could be wrong. I just don't remember what it is. Didn't look it up. But handling wise, they are good. For the faces, they're kind of growing on me a little bit. They're pretty nice. They're 100% custom. I'm not a huge fan of the pips being all over the place like this. It makes it harder to distinguish what it is. And this is kind of bizarre. But the court cards are pretty nice, although a little color would have been nicer, I think. And the aces as well, if they had a little bit of color, would have been nicer because they have a lot of details. And the words on them are kind of hard to read. But overall, for the faces, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. I mean, they put in a lot of effort. I don't see why not a 4 out of 5. For the back design, again, it's pretty nice, although it is a one-way back design. And I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5 as well. Overall, 4 out of 5, I'll say for the deck. However, there's a few things that should be noted. For one, it's not very usable for anything. It's not really good for playing cards because people are not familiar with pips that look like this, or with court cards that look like this, so it's not easy to distinguish. It's like they see this, it's going to be like, hey, what the heck is that, You have to count all the pips to figure out what it is. So as far as playing cards, it's not really usable. For Magic, not usable because of the pips and because of the one-way design. And for cardistry, probably not the most usable deck either. So it's mainly, I would say, mostly for collecting purposes. And that it is. It is nice and collectible. And it's nice to play around with. It handles nice and everything. Overall, it's a nice deck, but if you're looking for decks strictly for playing cards or doing Magic or cardistry, it's just probably not the one for you. This is more, like I said, a collector's deck. But overall, it's a great job, and I look forward to seeing what they come up with next. If you are interested in this, probably check out Pedal Design. I believe they have a website. I don't remember what it is. I think it's pedaldesign.com, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, by the way. But that is my review. Stay tuned for more. And they don't actually, list the website on here or anything, but just search for Pedal Design. And the name will be in the description somewhere. That's what I've got. And like I said, I'll see you next time.